Hello and welcome to this episode of the Hub on CGTN. I'm Wang Guan in Beijing. German Chancellor Olaf Scholz begins his China visit from November the 4th, his first trip to China after taking office. The significance cannot be overstated since this year marks the 50th anniversary of diplomatic relations between China and Germany. He's also the first Western leader to come to China since the 20th National Congress of the Communist Party of China. And the visit coincides with the opening of the China International Import Expo, or CIIE, in Shanghai. Now, Belén Garijo is the chair of the executive board and also CEO of German company Merck. She's accompanying the chancellor as a member of the German delegation. Now, Merck, as some of you don't know, headquartered in Darmstadt, is the world's oldest operating chemical and pharmaceutical company, and today has more than 20 entities, over 4,000 employees, and a total investment of more than $750 million in the Chinese mainland. Belén Garijo shares her thoughts on the future of healthcare, Merck's plans in China, and China-Germany relations. Madam Belén Garijo, welcome to the Hub on CGTN. It's an honor to have you with us.
Thanks a lot for having me, Wang.
I understand that you could be coming to China soon for not least the China International Import Expo. It is a very important platform initiated by China's leaders. In its previous editions, Merck showcased a wide spectrum of innovative products and technologies. What can we expect this year?
We have been in China for 80 years. We have a significant presence, in industrial presence, and also innovation hubs. We have 4,500 employees in the three business sectors, and we are there for the long term. Our strategy is China for China. So we have been doing business, as I mentioned, for almost 90 years. And as an ecosystem for multinational and national corporations, as well as innovation, we have really got significant benefit from the positioning that we have in Shanghai. We will continue to expand our presence because we believe our strong science and technology expertise is providing us with a perfect environment to engage and continue to build very strong relations with businesses, partners, academia, and startups. So at this CIIE, our teams will get the unique experience and engage with customers and our partners in China to deepen their understanding of the Chinese markets. And importantly, as this year is marking the 50th anniversary of the bilateral diplomatic ties between China and Germany, the CIIE is extra important to us.
From a practicing doctor in Madrid, Spain, to becoming the CEO and also the chair of the executive board of a giant multinational, it's a huge leap, it's a huge step forward. How did this transformation happen?
So over the years, I have transformed myself a number of times. And, I decided to join the industry after being a practicing physician for 5 years in a big hospital, in a big general hospital in Spain, and entered the industry in R&D, and over the years developed into different global, local, and regional positions until I got to Merck, where I have spent the last 11 years. And I joined Merck because this is a very special company in which, the attractiveness of the transformation ahead of us in 2011 was appealing to me, as I was moving from managing Europe for another company to managing the business globally for Merck in healthcare at the beginning, and then expanding to my current role in 2021, in May 2021.
Let's fast forward to the current times. One of the thorny issues we're dealing with, the global pandemic, COVID-19, and its many variants. I understand that in much of the world, people are treating it like pretty much of a flu, but in parts of the world, it is still being dealt with very seriously. How has Merck contributed to the battle against the pandemic? I mean, what were the biggest challenges during this period?
So let me start by saying that the pandemic has really an inflection point for the world, but also for enterprises like Merck. And for us, as a global science and technology company, our obsession was, first of all, making sure that we acted on our employee base and kept our employees safe and healthy. But importantly, from day one, we started to look at how our science and technology business, mainly life science, but also pharma and electronics, could contribute to solving the challenges of the pandemic. We still do that today, right? Because even when we are entering perhaps an endemic phase, there are new strains, and we continue to be, operating in a context which is very, very challenging. First of all, our life science business was absolutely frontal to helping vaccine manufacturers to accelerate the production, the development, and production of vaccines when the vaccine was identified. So we have contributed to more than 80 vaccine projects, both viral vectors vaccines and mRNA vaccines, producing unique lipids, which are coating the mRNA vaccines, but also providing critical products like single-use bioreactors that are essential to manufacture biologics. Then, of course, in pharma, we scanned each and every asset of our pipeline to see if one or another asset could actually be developed to treat patients with severe disease. And of course, through our electronics business, we contributed very much to connecting people during the pandemic. So I think Merck is uniquely placed for those reasons, not only because of the profile of our businesses and the products that we provide to the world in the context of the COVID pandemic, but also because, we found ourselves in the middle of a challenging situation, and we really thrived simply because over the years we are a very resilient company, and this really showed during the pandemic and helped us deliver continued growth of our business and keep our employees safe and engaged, which was a top priority that we had, together with ensuring that our manufacturing operations and our supply chain stayed agile and dynamic.
During a recent podcast, one thing you said really struck us. You said technology and digitization is going to revolutionize the way healthcare systems are structured. And you said digitization of health will one day allow personalized treatment for each patient. How far away are we from this, a fantasy, as some of us may call it right now? How far are we from, this digitization of Medicare today? Is it for the rich, or it can be catered to everybody?
So there are two aspects to your question. One relates to access and affordability, and the other one relates to how advanced we are. And we are, novel technologies are allowing us to develop new products faster and more efficiently. Artificial intelligence and drug discovery, I mentioned that, and we are in the center of it. How far are we of fully tapping into each and every patient? We make good progress, more and more we have already personalized therapies. We are not an exception. We have tepotinib, which is developed for a very small percentage of c-MET expressing non-small cell lung cancer. And we are now on a path in which the use of novel technologies is absolutely imperative to progress the understanding of, to take an example, each and every cancer patient, because each and every tumor is very different in the biology. So better understanding the biology, better mining our data, and using novel technologies to advance faster is going to be, key to materialize the vision of personalized medicine. Then access depends very much on a country by country basis. So as an industry and as a responsible company, we really want to make affordability part of our mission, right? And bring these therapies to all patients that can benefit from those. And in that context, we have multiple global health programs, different access programs in the US and other markets, definitely in China. And I believe that to fully benefit from the digitalization of healthcare, we have to go beyond the industry. Beyond the industry, this is a topic that has to be addressed by multiple stakeholders, and there we are participating of different initiatives to make sure that digital health becomes a well-established trend, as it was during the pandemic, because it's good for the patients. And if we put all the stakeholders, industry, payers, policymakers, regulatory agencies, to think with the patient at the center, I think we will be able to progress much faster on really grabbing the benefits of digital health. We are progressing, not fully there yet.
Yeah, that is a great goal. I mean, many would, welcome a precision-based, personalized medicine, but not all of us are, science savvy. So can you explain to our viewers who are not terribly familiar with this, what is precision-based, personalized medicine? And what does that have to do with their illnesses, with their lives?
Personalized medicine aims to tap into genetic alterations that are specific to some of the tumors. I don't want to get too technical, but basically, when you are diagnosed of a tumor, right? Understanding how the tumor has been generated and what are the mechanisms behind the tumor will help identify a specific medicines that will address that abnormality. And by doing so, the efficacy and potentially the tolerability of those new medicines will be adapted to the conditions of that patient and that tumor. And this is a reality already. Erbitux is a personalized medicine acting on a particular genetic alteration and addressing that in a very personalized way, so that the risk-benefit profile of any new medicine can be improved.
China has a very unique position in Merck's global network today. We know that it has been, in this country even before the People's Republic was established. What are the main projects? And most importantly, perhaps, what is your plan for the future?
Our plan for the future is to continue to expand our footprint. As you know, in the three sectors, we have a very solid position in life science, healthcare, and electronics in China. We have invested on greenfield manufacturing capabilities in healthcare. I have been personally in China in 2016, I believe, when we have our groundbreaking ceremony of the healthcare factory in Nantong, which is now fully operational. We also built a life science, and we recently announced an expansion of our partnership with WuXi to make sure that we continue to expand capacity on single-use assemblies, and we will continue to invest capital to grow and to tap on a market which we believe will stay very highly attractive.
Yeah, I mean, it is a big market. We're talking about China. There's still many unmet medical needs in China, and many foreign healthcare businesses are mostly focusing on two strategic priorities, namely in-market portfolio and innovation. How do you think Merck can maximize the potential of its existing products? And in China's fast-evolving healthcare market, what kind of innovation do you foresee has been needed the most?
So in China, we have gone beyond the products, and we have really established partnership to use the progressive and very relevant digitalization in the country to reach additional patients with educational programs, for example, in pre-diabetes, which is a big epidemic in China, to tap into our cardiovascular and cardiometabolic expertise, providing medicines that are part of the essential drug list in China. But most importantly, our main interest sits with oncology. Each and every asset that we are developing is now also offered to Chinese centers to be able to bring China into our global development programs more often, and to eventually develop innovation in cancer for tumors which may be more prevalent in the Chinese environment, like liver cancer or others, or head and neck,
lung
cancer, which is very important. So we are aiming to become even a bigger player in this space in oncology, and we have excellent reputation already and great relations with big academic centers and hospitals in order to make sure that China is part of our global strategy and our global development of new medicines.
Yeah, talking about China-Germany relations, the two countries are celebrating, like you said, the 50th anniversary of their diplomatic ties. You will be part of the delegation following German Chancellor Olaf Scholz to China. As chair of one of the most influential German businesses, what are your expectations for China-Germany relations?
More than ever before, it is absolutely critical that we continue to think globally, that we continue to share our purpose and value to generate impact for society at a global level. So my expectation is that we keep a great and fruitful collaboration with our Chinese partners. We need each other. We have significant strengths. We have in Germany a lot to offer to China, and China has a lot to offer to us. And for a company like ours, a global science and technology company, we not only believe that we share our values, but we also share our strong resilience, and working together for the good of society is what I believe is absolutely key. We need to keep that in mind. Collaborations in the current environment is going to be key to benefit society, to be more sustainable, and to bring better medicines to patients in order to ensure that we promote healthier and longer lives.
Madam Belén Garijo, Chair of the Executive Board and CEO of Merck, thank you so much for taking time off and talking to us.
Thank you very much. It has been a pleasure talking to you.